In this video, I'll be pushing Fable 5 to its limit to see what it can really create. I'll be giving it 2 tasks and seeing how it does, and just for comparison, I'll be putting it up against GPT 5.5. In a recent video I did, I was able to use Gemini 3.1 Pro to clone the landing pages of Top AI Labs. However, it wasn't able to get the modern style on the XAI landing page in particular. So today, I want to see if Fable 5 can change that and nail the design. So the very first thing we need to do is go to the XAI landing page. Here we can see the landing page, and for reference, I'll put out what Gemini 3.1 Pro made last time, but as we can see, compared to the XAI landing page, it's not really as modern and clean with the fonts and the graphics. So let's see how Fable 5 does. Now, part of the workflow for cloning a landing page is we need to take a screenshot of the whole entire page. And how we're going to do that is by using a screenshot called Go Full Page. It's completely free, and it'll take screenshots of individual sections of the landing page and it'll stitch it together to create something like this. So now that we have the XAI landing page, we can go ahead and download it. Now that we've downloaded the XAI landing page, we can go to an LLM of our choice, but I'll be going to Claude and using Fable itself, and inside of Claude, I'll be entering the following prompt. Generate a PRD one-to-one replica of the XAI landing page design I want to replicate. I've told it to make sure to match the structural placement and arrangement of elements for the landing page, and to give it an in-depth prompt. I'll be also attaching the XAI download. And to help the model, I'll be attaching a screenshot of the actual XAI landing page we took with a Go Full Page. And now I'll send it off. Okay, Claude has finished generating our PRD, and as we can see, it is super long and in-depth. And I'm going to just simply copy this, and I'm going to give it to Fable to generate. So once I'm inside of Glamour, I've selected Claude Fable 5, and I'm going to give it the exact PRD document that Fable made for this generation of the XAI landing page. And to visually guide the model, I'm going to also attach the screenshot we took of the whole landing page. So now that everything's attached, I'm going to simply go ahead and generate the design. So it seems like in the planning phase, it's asked a bit of questions. However, I'm going to skip and let Fable 5 decide everything, and I'm going to go ahead and generate the design. And let's see what Fable 5 actually generates, and if it's remotely close to the XAI landing page, and if it can do better than Gemini 3.1 Pro. Okay, Fable 5 has generated a design. Let's open it up in a new tab. Okay, so this is what Fable 5 was able to one-shot. And taking a look, it definitely matches XAI more now. Just a bit of formatting. Obviously, we don't have the same exact like background images and other graphics, but for the most part, it's practically there. This is more modern now. It looks way more modern than what Gemini 3.1 Pro generated. And I mean, it's not bad for a one shot. It's way better, I would say. And it looks really, really good. So overall, wow. Overall impressed with what Fable 5 was able to do with just a screenshot and like a detailed description of the landing page of XAI. And it basically replicated it. That's pretty good. And for reference, this is what GPT 5.5 was able to generate. I think it is as modern. Let's open this up in a preview window. I do think it is really modern. However, there is no animation going on here. This right here, it didn't really do. Comparing it side by side, these look almost identical. And they're using the exact same like graphics and everything for like the images. And but overall, I think Fable 5 has done just a way better job right here. Even with like the logo as well. It's using like an actual X depiction. And yeah, I think for reference, like yeah, I think Fable 5 outdoes GPT 5.5 here. Now, for the next task, I'll be seeing how Fable 5 is able to spatially develop 3D animations with intricate motions and design. So, if you've ever seen those 3D building style websites where every scroll goes past into a new area, that's exactly what we're aiming for here. And we're going to see if Fable 5 can really recreate that and make that come to life. So to make my prompt come to life, I'm going to be using ChatGPT this time, and I'm going to be entering the following prompts, where I basically want New York City as a city skyline and landscape in a 3D rendered world with cinematic scrolling and animations, as well as a bit of copywriting. And I'm going to be using the prompt that GPT makes here, and I'm going to be putting it inside of Fable 5. So it looks like GPT-5 has generated like a PRD, and as you can see, it's breaking it down into different scenes, which I really like because it adds more description and more detail on each type. And so I'm just gonna copy all of this and even like the success criteria, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and just paste it into Fable like that with no added custom heroes or details or manipulation. The model is going to fully recreate whatever it can with the pasted prompt. So let's see what Fable 5 is able to generate. Okay, Fable 5 has generated the design. Let's take a look at it. So refreshing, we don't see too much, but then as you can see, we have some cinematic scrolls. And this is based off New York City, so I really like the transitions. We have this cool like bar at the top as well. Then you have like this cool slider thing right here. And then we have this right here, which is meant to be like a train. So it looks pretty cool. So scrolling down, it lights up a bit. We have some more text. Then we transition into like this sunset kind of feel. And then finally we have the skyline is the pitch. And then we have some traffic down here and a bit of stars. So overall, I think it's basically mastered the scenes, right? It's not fully 3D. It's like not even 2.5D. It's trying to be 3D, but for like the transitions and animations between the scenes, I think it's done a pretty wonderful job. And for reference, this is what GPT 5.5 has generated. So let me open this up in a new tab. It is very render heavy because of the Three.js library. But taking a look, I kind of like the tilted view that GPT 5.5 has gone for. It is practically the same style with like the rectangles trying to depict buildings, but I do like how it fades in and it looks really nice, except the rest of the landing page is just empty and it doesn't have much. It is kind of flickering, but it is a cool concept GPT has gone for. It's more tilted, but it just doesn't live up to what Fable 5 was able to make right here. And yeah, so definitely different versions they've gone for, but overall, I'd say Fable 5 wins here because it's more fluid and actually has something made with different scenes. Keeping in mind that I gave both these models the same prompts for this task, and GPT 5.5 was just not able to compete